What up? What up? All right, so this one, I be forgetting this shit. I be thinking about. I be forgetting to tell this story. All right, this shit right here. This is when me, excuse me, I had beat up this little short, fat, little tagger from Long Beach and shit. But we was kind of in the back. We was in this up in Camp Kilpatrick, but then I finessed. I'm gonna get into all right. So anyway, me and this little motherfucker used to walk around with his chest out and shit. I used to fuck with him. Like, and he used to be like thinking he hard as shit. So like he was a tagger, but he rolled like he was an essay, like a for real essay. So I'm like, all right, Vato Loco, like what's up? So I used to fuck with him. Like nigga's a bitch, he's a tagger. Like you niggas a tagger. I used to always tell like nigga's a tagger. Like nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like what are you doing here, nigga? He's a tagger. Fucking. I said, what do y'all? I said, what did they get? I'm like, oh, I used to clown like, nigga, what do you, they caught you vandalizing some shit. I see you cause a lot of damage and shit out there writing on people's shit. That's why you here. I used to hate that shit. So one day, excuse me, one day, fucking, I don't know when this was. We just got back from, I think we had just got back from school. But I guess he had enough. So we going in there and shit. We in the back. I'm in C dorm and shit. I think Miss Penn had the dorm. So fucking and old boy that Martinez from La Mirada, he was working laundry. I forget who else, but he was working laundry and shit. So the little tagger nigga told him like, yo, can I use the bag? I'm gonna get out this nigga Carter. And Martinez looked like, yeah, right. Like get the like Carter mop you up, homie. Stop playing, stop playing and shit. So anyway, he like, nah, fuck that. So I'm like, all right, this nigga. I said, man, this nigga don't want it. This nigga don't want nothing. So for like 2 minutes, I'm like, man, this nigga, he don't want nothing. I said, man, if you go back there, homie, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm telling him like, don't go back there. He like, just wait till she turned her back. Like, we sent a nigga up there try to turn the little alarm off in the control center. He failed that mission. So next thing I know, the little tagger nigga, he wasn't like little, he was just short, but he was like fat as a motherfucker. He was probably like 5'5", 5'6", but had to be like shit, 240, like, like a fat ass motherfucker. So I wasn't tripping, like I was in shape, I wasn't tripping. So anyways, I'm sitting there playing dominoes with the homie and shit, but I'm talking shit. Next thing I know, all I hear is the alarm go off. The door open up and the alarm go off. And I look. I said, oh, and then the homie like, yo, that nigga just went back there. Carter, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? so, so I said, oh man, he went back there, man. I gotta thunder this nigga. Finna over thunder this motherfucker. So as soon as fucking, I said, fuck it. I went back there too and shit. Like it's only a matter of time for Miss Penn to come back here and shit. We both get caught up. So fuck it, the alarm went off and everything. So let me just hurry up and do this. So I get back there and shit. I think Martinez was gone. It was another essay. I think it was like Osama or some shit like that. I know it's some weird shit, but I forget what exactly his name was, but it was something like Osama. But anyways, he was cool as fuck. So I go back there and shit, and dude already squared off. So I said, man, are you ready already? He was like, and next thing I know, he just started to do it. He ducked his head and started coming at me like this in a windmill. Like, so I'm like, what the fuck? So all I did, I leaned back like this and went back, and I thundered him from one side of the laundry room to the next. Pew, 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 pew. I'm bagging up like pow, pow, bam, bam. He's giving it to him. Boo, boo, on the top of his head and shit, on the side of his head. Boo, 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 boo. But and it's weird. He kept trying to hit me in the balls and shit. He was doing these, and the next thing I know, he was like, when he did that, that's when I started coming with the side hooks. Like, I started giving that nigga the hooks to the ear. He was, dude, he was just trying, but it was like, nah, nigga, a little too much for him. He was like, all right. Fucking. So we both, we just walk out like, fuck it. Miss Penn at the control center, she like, go to Ador. So the trip, all right, here you go. This is the trippy shit, right? Of the whole story. Me and this nigga, she ain't supposed to let this shit happen. But me and this nigga walk side by side down to A-dorm and shit, because we got to go across the field from C-dorm to A-dorm. So we walking side by side trying to get our story straight. Like, blah, blah, blah. So we walking across the field, taking our time, like, yo, so she called down and shit, we get down there and shit, right? At the time, I'm working as a KP in the kitchen and shit. So I'm like, damn, there go that job. So anyways, we get down to A-dorm, he go in one room, I in one room. Shit. And it's like the afternoon. It had to be like the afternoon, but it wasn't too late. But we was out of school. It had to be like right after school movement. So anyways, fucking later on that night, she come down, she write us up and all that shit. And the right, this is in A-dorm, you got the control center right when you walk into your left, and then there's rooms, a couple rooms around, around the side and shit. Like a little half circle type of shit, but it's small. It's probably like 8 rooms in there, 10 rooms maybe. So at the control center, there's like a TV at the corner of the control center, then a refrigerator to the left, a desk with the chair, and then like the phone and shit. But the write-ups are right behind the desk, hanging on a clipboard and shit, right? So after you get written up, the staff hangs that shit up, boom, like puts your room number on there and a little shit, like boom, on the paper, puts it up there and shit. Then you just in your room, depending on how you can get a 24 hours to 72-hour lockdown. So she just gave us I think a 48 or some shit. I think that bitch did give us a 48-hour lockdown. But anyways, so later on that night, it's a new booty staff. This nigga Tarver, UCLA basketball playing ass nigga, Sean Tarver and shit. Tarver, if you see this, man, what's up, man? I had to do this. You don't even know this shit happened, homie. But so later on that night, he called his caseloads down. They watching Gladiator. He about to put Gladiator when that movie came on. So that's the back when the VHS and shit is in. So he put it in and shit. I see the Mexican nigga I got into a fight with a tagger and shit. I'm like, that's when I highlight. I'm like, yo, how many days she give you? He like 48. I'm like, yeah, me too. Fuck. I said, don't trip, homie. I'm gonna get us out of this. He look at me like, huh? He like, nah, Carter, I know you got juice. I know you good, homie. You ain't that good. I'm like, that nigga just looking at me like, all right, went back to his room. Like, nigga, just go with it. Whatever happens, just go with it. So fucking, all them other minors come down, and Tarver called his caseload, and like 2 other leadership niggas come down. They watching Gladiator and shit, the control center with him. He kicking, he got his feet kicked up. So it starts to get dark. It's probably like 8:30 or something. It's starting to get dark. Fucking, I knock on the window like, yo, Tarver, let me get a head call until you piss. So he throw the keys at somebody and shit, they come let me out. I go to the bathroom, go to the head, take a piss. But my room, it's weird because it was like my room was kind of in the back. So I didn't really have to pass the control center and shit to get there. I did, but I didn't have to go really past it too much. Like it was a straight shot. So when I'm coming back, I walk past the control center and I just start watching the movie. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. I just kick it. I just go boom. Put my shoulder on the damn on the control center and shit. The niggas is there and shit. I just start watching Gladiator with him. I don't say nothing. I'm gonna see if he gonna say something. I'm gonna see if Tarver gonna say something. So ain't nobody saying nothing this shit. Then about 10, 15 minutes later, Tarver go. He look and he like, hey Carter, I like how you just slipped your way into watching this movie with us. And then I look, I was like, Tarver, what's up, man? I can't watch Gladiator. I ain't never seen it before, man. What's up? He like, yeah, man. All right. I'm like, for sure. Like, I got him. So I'm laughing in my head and shit. Then Tarver, he worked beat arm. He was a basketball coach. He didn't work no overnight shits, but he took some overtime. So he working 8-arm overnight as overtime. So he ain't used to staying up all night. Like I was though, like nigga. So he sent them niggas back to C-Dorm because it's time to go to bed. It's probably like 9:50 or something. They gotta lay down for like 10 o'clock, 11 or some shit. Anyway, for the night staff get there. So they go over there, all them kids come back, and he like, man, I need you to help me with head calls tonight so I can take a nap and shit. I was like, for sure. For sure, so whatever you need, man. Whatever you need. So in my head, I'm like, ugh, I got him. Got him. All right. So I finished watching Gladiator and shit. He like, where the rest of the movies? So I used to be the 8-arm leadership, so I knew where everything was at. So I went and grabbed the rest of the movies and shit, put them up like, nigga, I'm watching movies all night. So I'm sitting there. This nigga laid on the control center. He had some kind of pillow or something. A jacket, a sweater, or a pillow or something. But he laid all the way straight down the control center. Laid down and shit straight, man, and went to sleep. This motherfucker went to sleep, left me sitting there. Watching movies and shit at the control center, at the desk and shit, at the chair. With the key and shit, he like, man, if niggas knock on the door for a head call, just let them out. I'm like, I got you. So fucking, when I hear this nigga snoring, he's out like a lamp. I hear this nigga snoring and shit. I grabbed the clipboard, bink, with all the write-ups on it. I hurry up, like, I find mine, and the essay, not the essay, the tagger, the Mexican tagger nigga and shit, find both our write-ups. Clink. Put that shit back. Tore them motherfuckers up, put them in the trash right there. Put some other shit on top, some tissue or something on top. Like, nah, nigga ain't gonna find this. Then I had got the other clipboard where fucking, excuse me, it got a list of all the niggas' names and shit. It was room they're at, and the list if they're still on lockdown or if they're able to go to school. Because if the dorm's filled, you gotta stay there until the bed's open. So I take the list, I erased our name, all that shit. I take us off lockdown. I put no write-up. Like, boom, nope, no, R, like W-R, no write-up. Or W, some shit like that. I don't know, I don't remember. I was copying what I had seen on the shit. Like, boom. Like, so anyways, and I put our name like at the top of the school list. Like, nah, we go on the bed list. Like, nah, we going back tomorrow, nigga. As soon as you wake up, homie, we going back. So anyways, I did all that. Set all that shit up. Kick back the rest of the night. You watching fucking old VHS movies and shit. This nigga over, he sleep right here. Like this nigga, I'm like, yo, this nigga so new, he don't even know. I'm glad he was a rookie. I'm glad he was a new. So anyway, we go back to the dorm that next morning and shit. Somebody got into it at school. Not the next morning, after school movement. Because somebody had got into it at school and shit, so they lost their bed. And he was just like, Carter, what did you do, man? Little tagger. I was like, don't worry about it, homie. I was like, don't ask, nigga. Don't ask. I was like, as far as you know, you didn't get no write-up, though, okay? He was like, yeah, for sure. So we went back to the dorm that day and shit. He was just like, man, I don't know what Carter did, man, but this nigga just fucking made all that shit disappear, homie. I was like, yeah. Yeah, and I got my job back. Like, nah. My caseload worker came in, Mr. Volpe, with his pedophile ass and shit. And this motherfucker, he was like, man, I was like, man, I didn't get no write-up, man. He threw the apron at me. I was a KP, threw the apron, like, boom, and I ran down the rest of the KPs, like, and it was all like, and Miss Penn looked at me, and she got to the dining hall, she looked and was like, fuck it, I ain't even gonna ask. Anyway, that's how I had fucking slicked that nigga, I slicked Tarver's ass and got me and the little tagger homie after we had got out of this shit. Got us out of the 2 write-ups in the fucking, out of 8 arm, I got to keep my KP job up in Camp Kilpatrick. All right.